Avocoder. In this video, we'll continue to study more efficient ways to retrieve data in PostgreSQL. So please put this video and press thumbs up, subscribe and toll the bell. Alright, so for the first example, let's imagine that we need to select all employees from the employee table where the country of birth is equal to Russia or the United Kingdom or Ukraine. So effectively anyone born in those countries. And as you can see, the statement itself is quite verbose. Can we make it shorter? Yes. So as you can see, all these people from all these countries. And now I'm going to show you how to make it a little bit more succinct. So if we're going to type select all from our table employee, where country of birth, and then the keyword in follows, and inside the brackets we're gonna list all the countries we want to select from. So the new countries are China, Argentina and Israel. And as you will see, the result is pretty much the same, identical I would say. However, the statement itself was pretty succinct. Alright, now imagine that we need to get the results within a certain range. So to do that, we're going to type select all from employee where, let's say date of birth, and then we're going to type the keyword between. That will mean bring us everyone whose date of birth going to be between those dates. However, I don't remember that I did set up the date range properly, so therefore all dates of birth are pretty much 2019 only. This is the way I set up the data in Mockaroo. However, I'm not going to bother changing that now. Let's move on. The next keyword is the keyword like, which basically means we can provide a pattern for our select statement. So if we're going to type select all from employee where email and then this keyword like, and then inside the single quotes, we're going to type the pattern. We're going to use the wildcard.com, which will bring us all emails that end with .com. However, prior to .com, it might have any symbols of any length. As you can see, that is the pattern that works in our case. It's quite a long list, but what if we'll modify it slightly and we'll add after the wildcard at gmail.com and try that. As you can see, no search results returned. What if we're going to change it to google.com, and as you can see we have 3 people that use google.com email. However, we can replace .com with another wildcard, and in this case you're going to bring back the result all employees that use Google email but not necessarily .com. As you can see, a lot of other variations, but you've got the point. The next example is a slight modification of this keyword like. So if we're going to type select all from employee where country of birth, like, and then the pattern, it begins with P, and then we put the wildcard. Let's have a look. There's no result. Let's check whether we don't have any countries starting with P. Let's check with S. No results. That is because the name of the country normally starts with a capital letter, and like is case sensitive. So if we're going to put capital S, we're going to see all those countries that are beginning with S, such as Sweden, Slovenia, South Africa, and so on. So to modify the like keyword to ignore the upper and lower case, we can put the I in front of like, and it would mean it's kind of an expensive like manufactured by Apple. It will just make like not case sensitive. So let's say we have a select statement with a particular condition, and we'd like to retrieve not only the results but the number of results. So to do that, we can use the keyword count, which is actually a function that's going to count the results. So if we're going to put select country of birth from employee, group them by country of birth, and then we will add the count function right after the country of birth. As an argument for a function, we'll put the star, which means count all. The result gonna be the following countries with a number of people that have been born there that work in our company. Let's do the same select statement, but this time with the first name column. And I forgot to group them by first names as well. And as you can see, the result is pretty much the same. It just counts names that we have in our employee table. We can also modify our select statement with the keyword having. So consider this. We type select country of birth, count all from employee. We're going to group them by the country of birth. And then we can use this keyword having followed by a condition. So having count greater than 10. That should bring us the result of all countries that have more than 10 employees being born in them. And as you can see, we have 17 countries that satisfy this condition. And we can also order them by country of birth. That will default to ascending. We need descending. So we're going to put DSC. That's going to bring us the chart from V to A alphabetically in descending order. And the next keyword we're going to be looking at is as. Don't get confused, it has got one S in it, and it stands for alias. I'll try to explain. So if we're going to type \d employee, we're going to see all the column names we have in our employee table. But let's say we want to return the results and we want to rename these columns just for this purpose. So we can type select ID, comma, first name as name. So return the first name as name, then the last name as surname, gender as sex. Then we're going to leave email, date of birth and country of birth as they are. from employee table, and you'll notice that the names of the columns have been renamed according to the aliases we provided to select statement. So instead of first name we have name, surname and sex. And last but not least is the COALESCE function that returns first not null argument provided to the function. So if we're going to select all from employee, you're going to notice that some emails have not been filled by Mockaroo and left blank for purpose. This is how we set up the table. And imagine we don't want to see any blanks in our results. So we can use this COALESCE function. So if we're going to type select COALESCE, and then in the brackets we're going to provide the arguments, so email, and then inside the single quotes we're going to put not applicable. Close the bracket, then from employee is going to replace all blank emails with the word not applicable. Alright, so please give this video and post thumbs up, subscribe, toll the bell, and I'll see you in the next lesson. That was V, thank you, and goodbye.